It's the e-commerce minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts Bart Mraz and John Suter. The e-commerce minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. This episode is brought to you by SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. Save time and money no matter what you ship or mail with SendPro Online software. Print shipping labels and stamps right from your desk and access discounted rates for as low as $4.99 a month. Try it free for 30 days and get a free 10-pound scale when you visit pb.com/minute. That's pb.com/minute. Experience the better way to ship with a free trial of SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. It's e-commerce minute episode 500.
500.
500 what?
500.
500.
500.
500.
500.
500.
500.
500.
500.
Oh, no. Are you kidding me?
500.
500. 500. This is big. Wow.
500. 500.
500.
500. 500.
500.
500. I'll tell you, you learn a lot of things on the way to 500.
Me too.
All right.
That was pretty good, huh?
It's so good.
It was good. But what's today's topic? I don't have it on my call sheet, buddy.
I spent the entire production budget on that intro. I mean, do you know what studio time costs these days? Those singers were not cheap, let me tell you, and such divas.
Wait. So you're telling me that through 500 episodes, we just ran out of topics to talk about? You know what? Maybe you should get some help, buddy.
All right. I see what you did there. All kidding aside, we'd like to introduce someone on the show who's been helping us keep this show running for the past few months. It's Sumo Heavy's new junior marketing coordinator, Brittany Blackman. Brittany, say hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. How are you? So Brittany had joined the team, what do you say, Bart? About 2 months ago. We found that we could use some help in the research and script writing area of the show. And she also helps out with all the social media and all the really behind the scenes nitty gritty kind of stuff so that a diva such as myself can keep the stellar reading and quality of this podcast going.
Such a diva.
A diva such as myself.
Yeah. Ugh. Well, you ran out of topics this time, so there's that.
Yeah, sorry about that. Actually, we're going to use this episode to kind of we don't want to do a cheesy clip show or a retrospective or, gee, how about those first 500 episodes? We're just going to use this opportunity to look forward, talk about a few things that are going on in the e-commerce space. And then at the end of the show, we will have a big announcement. So stay tuned for that. So first on the slate, we're going to talk about Shopify Unite 2019. Bart, you were there. If you want to just give us a quick cliff notes of what you saw and what your impressions were.
Let me take a deep breath because they announce a lot of things and they just launch things all the time.
I tell you what, I love Shopify Unite because they have such great products that come out of here. So I'm really interested to see what you have to say.
Yeah, they do really well. That first keynote, that first day for 2 hours to just blast you with things they want to do or have done, which is crazy. They're doing improvements on online store, including new native video and 3D products, product pages, child templates, like the things that people are looking for to do that they haven't done. Multi-currency stuff is going to be big. POS systems getting a full redo, basically. They're redoing everything on it, which is awesome. They announced a new tap and chip iPhone kind of accessory. So that you can just walk around and sort of like Apple Store where you can just buy stuff.
Right.
Admin changes. They're doing a lot more stuff. Plus is where the fun announcements became, because they're doing finally multi-store dashboards, meaning that instead of building 400 Shopify stores, you can do one and then
that must have been. Sorry to interrupt. That probably got a huge reaction, right?
It did. We have friends just down the block that literally do have 400 stores. And
they have to run dashboards for each one.
Dashboards for each one, but they also have to do changes for each one when they do a change.
So that probably keeps a lot of junior developers occupied for a great deal of time.
Yeah, they hire a lot of Britneys.
Not as funny as me though.
That's true, because they're not. That job is sucky.
Yeah.
So they do a lot of. That's gonna be a good one. Who knows when that's coming out? They're actually What the funny part about this, the first one I went to, they announced this many products and they're like launching today, launching today, launching today. It just kept on going. Over the past 3 years, they kind of changed their strategy a little bit because they got a little over
They
ambitious.
got a little over their skis.
Yeah. So, but the things they're doing is amazing. I mean,
So they were trying to do the Apple thing, right? Like, and it's
yeah,
available now, and then everyone loses their shit. And then, well, now is next week. And
yeah, they're actually following that style now because Apple does the same thing now, where
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna launch this today, but this is in 6 months or
Apple used
whatever
to
that
be.
is."
And the new phones are under your seats.
You get a phone. You get a phone.
You get a phone. You get a phone.
So yeah.
So the big announcement was the Shopify fulfillment network, and we won't spoil anything because we're doing an episode tomorrow about this. But why don't you just give the quick bullet list about Shopify fulfillment?
The biggie, they're running their own fulfillment network. It's not theirs. It's still 3PLs, but the idea for it is that you can go on your site, select the products that you want shipped out of a third-party logistics place, and they give you a quote. You ship it to them, they'll deal with it. And they really, really want to go for the 2-day delivery for any merchant. That's kind of how they're pushing it.
That's pretty big. Was that also part of the initial keynote, or did they do that as a separate thing? Or
that was in an initial keynote. Some of the technical stuff was the next day, like how much traffic they can handle, all those kind of things. The little nitty gritty stuff with developers, really. The big stuff was really in the beginning. And if you watched their stock go, when they announced that Shopify fulfillment network, their stock just jumped.
yeah, well, I can imagine. They're one of the biggest stocks in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm looking at some of the things that you've talked about. So the multi-dashboard, that just put a lot of people out of business. The POS system, that knocked a lot of Square systems off the line. What else?
Well, I mean, Shopify has POS system. I think they just are going into the POS system is getting more into the bigger stuff, meaning you can do apps in it. So they're gonna have for bigger restaurants or for bigger stores things like check in, check out, people clocking in, your management of your employees. So they're going farther up the chain.
It's full POS. It's not just here's a thing to clip onto your store or while you're selling at the craft fair. They're doing full POS. So even if you are not, because why would a restaurant technically have a Shopify store? But technically, of course, they need a POS. So Shopify is branching out into more things besides just e-commerce.
Yep,
stores.
A lot of good things.
Interesting. All right, and the final thing on Shopify, what's going on with the App Store? I know that there were the thing with MailChimp happened. Like, was there any big announcement about the App Store?
Not really. They just kind of brushed that off. I actually missed the QA part with Toby, which that was the first question people asked, and he gave a very PC answer to that one.
As you said, when you're a public company, you don't want to rattle.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it was their relationship kind of became sour, and it's one of those. I think they just want to forget what just happened. So I think that's just going to be swept under the rug, and that's okay with me.
All right, very good. And we also did a recap. If you look on our website, there should be by the time of this podcast airs. We're publishing. Everything's kind of in flow here. We're publishing articles to Medium now, and Brittany has done a recap of the Shopify Unite 2019, which you can find on Medium. Moving on, we're going to talk about the e-commerce landscape for Q3, Q4 2019. Bart, just a couple sentences. What do you think is going to happen in the second half of the year?
Who knows? I mean, we're at that timing of getting ready for the holidays, right? Can you believe it? It's almost July and we're getting ready.
Somebody said
holidays.
October. Somebody said October to me, and I said, you get that word out of your mouth.
Well, it's we have about it's less than 6 months to Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
FYI.
Oh my god.
I want to make you even more impressed. But welcome to our world.
Well, at least it's still hot in October.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Thanks, global warming.
We have that going.
Don't worry about it.
So
Thanks,
we got that
global
going
warming.
for us. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, landscape. Who knows? I mean, it's so all over the place. I mean, IRC just happened. We'll have more shows about that. I think the conference season is kind of slowing down now after RCE, so everybody's getting ready for the holidays. every platform is trying to make their announcements. Magento with being now inside of Adobe, that's going to be an interesting shot. Like basically, I think right now it's like Adobe and Shopify playing the game.
Yeah, I was just going to say, who should we keep an eye on? And I was going to vote for Adobe and Shopify. So you're spot on right there.
Everybody else, like, everybody's trying to name their stuff Commerce Cloud, which is really funny to me.
Yeah, well, everything's
Everybody.
include.
So we'll see how it all shakes out. E-commerce is ever changing, and we just keep on dealing with our clients.
Keep on keeping on. Everyone at least try to enjoy the summer, because once July and August hit and everybody goes on vacation, then all of a sudden September 1st, everybody's out of the gates.
Yep.
All right. And the big elephant in the room, at least in the Magento community, Magento 1 Sundown is happening June. What is it? June? Is there a specific date in June 2020, or is it just
June 2020?
Is it June 20th, 2020? Are they trying to be clever, or is it just June?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Magento being clever? I don't think so.
I mean, everybody goes, it's a year from now, but it's actually going to be a pretty big thing. And we're going to actually be doing some content around Magento 1 Sundown, so you can look out for that soon. But what should retailers be doing now, or is it too late, or what's the game plan here?
It's not too late. They should be in re-platforming mode right now to Magento 2 or whatever your play is. That's where you're going. I mean, you should be past your planning stages, but if you're not there yet, you should be doing it.
All right. And the final thing is, this is a shameless plug on our part. We did a voice commerce survey. It's called The Current State and Future of Voice Commerce. It's a Sumo Heavy white paper that we published about a month and a half ago. If you go to sumoheavy.com and click on Insights, you'll find a blog post and a link to download the survey. We're actually going to do a podcast about that very topic real soon, which leads us to our big announcement. This is the part where
Brittany?
where the drum. Brittany, you want to do a drum roll?
No. I
Like
think
a physical drum roll?
You
or
should
like
do the air horn.
an-
It's funnier.
Which type of drum roll?
That's my favorite.
Da-da.
So the big announcement today is we're launching a second podcast.
Well, technically the third or the fifth or the sixth or whatever. Where
Actually,
are we?
No, it's correct. For those playing at home, we have the e-commerce minute, which you're listening to now, and we've also had another podcast called The Register. The concept behind The Register was interview movers and shakers in the e-commerce space. We put out about 5 episodes. It was a nice podcast, but we discovered a few things. One, that everyone does interview podcasts, and there is definitely no shortage of them. And 2, we found that we wanted to do other types of topics, and the problem was that the types of content that we wanted to do not fit in either one of these shoes. The shoe one being the short form e-commerce minute, and then the long form interview podcast. So what we've decided is I guess what we call, Bart, we want to call it a channel of content.
Yeah, I mean, channel of content. It's I think it's gonna be more of a radio show style type of thing,
Like a variety show, and I'll have like a desk and a cup of coffee, and then you guys will sit around and we'll talk.
Have some props,
Props, right? Comedians will come in. Actually, it's going to be a mixture of things. It'll be interviews. We'll still do interviews, but there'll just be some more free form. Like, for instance, there are times on the e-commerce minute where Bart and I will get on a topic and we have to edit the show down to 15 minutes because we look up and we're talking for 45 minutes about the same topic, because it's either something that's super important or something that we're either very knowledgeable / passionate about. And we kind of didn't want to leave that content on the cutting room floor. And it's also going to be stuff like interviewing not only just industry experts in the field, but people within our company. For instance, our CTO, Bob Brody, he has a wealth of knowledge, but it's sometimes hard to get him on the schedule to sit down and do like a consistent thing. But what we're going to do is basically once a month, maybe bribe him with either some scotch or a long piece of rope and make him sit and talk. And believe me, the guy is a wealth of knowledge and has some really great information to share about e-commerce and just the what would you say, Bart, the back end?
The ins and outs of how things work.
Nitty-gritty.
Just from analytics and just back end stuff and just really interesting stuff that I think our audience would really appreciate. And it's some real niche behind the scenes kind of stuff, but I think it's something that people will really appreciate. And what we're going to do with that content, a lot of this content is we're going to repurpose it. You got to kind of think like, I know he's not everybody's favorite cup of tea, but think about what like Gary Vaynerchuk does, where he'll do a podcast or he'll do a video, and then he'll take pieces of that and repurpose that into bite-sized content. Because what we feel is, instead of just being like everyone else, it's like, oh, we wrote a blog post, and oh, we did an Instagram thing, and they're all in these little silos.
Yep.
Not our audience isn't in all those places at one time. So what we feel is that we can say, okay, we just did this great podcast with Bob about analytics, but maybe someone doesn't want to listen to the full hour and a half. Maybe we can take 10 minutes out of that and repurpose that into a small video or Instagram story or something like that. So I think the real intent here is to take a lot of content that we feel is just kind of floundering out there and not being shared, and put it in different places that people can enjoy in whatever length they desire.
Correct. That's gonna be fun. That's what I think. It's also I think being selfish on this one is that my curiosity and ADD is all over the place, and that I think that show will fix it a little bit.
Yeah, I think it'll fix it a little bit, because we're not going to be restrained. It's just going to be, I just kind of think of it as a variety show or a channel or something like that. I mean, the real challenge will be to build an audience, but we basically said to each other, like, it's not so much that, oh, we got the X amount of plays for this podcast because we used a funny title or something. It's basically, Sumo Heavy is a consulting company. Our jobs are to provide knowledge and information to clients and potential clients. And we feel that this is a great platform to do that, because everyone is on the move and everyone is basically in different areas of social media. And why not kind of share that information, but also then repurpose it and put it in places where people can find it. So,
yep, that's how we like it.
And the name of the show is going to be called In the Ring with Sumo Heavy. We've got a few shows, tons of ideas in production. I just need to work on that logo and some of the scripts, and I'm tired already. So that's why we have Brittany here to help. She's going to help us, right, Brittany?
Yes.
Yes. No, you have to say that more enthusiastically, like, yes.
Of course.
Yes.
You might hear a lovely voice on the podcast from time to time.
We may
I
bring
like
her on.
hearing myself talk, so.
Oh, that could be dangerous. So when
Oh, boy.
Bart is absent, you can fill in for him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because you'll know the scripts in and out, unlike Bart.
But that's what makes it charming.
Shady. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know them in and out, so I could come off as like super authentic.
But that's what makes it charming.
That's what makes it charming.
Hey, John, we got voted number 9 e-commerce podcast on a site just now.
I just saw that.
We did?
Yes, we
Yeah.
did. Top 9 e-commerce podcasts you should listen to in 2019.
Top 9. Cue sound effect. Okay, cool.
Speaking of sound effects, I think there should be a little ring ding when you say that we're calling the podcast In the Ring with Sumo Heavy.
But
I
it's not
heard it.
boxing, it's sumo wrestling. Do they have bells in sumo wrestling?
A gong? Is that what they do?
Gong.
I don't know.
Bong.
Like
All
Taco
right.
Bell.
Brittany, I just wrote you a ticket. Please look up gong sounds.
Welcome
on
to production show. All right. I think
behind the scene, behind the kimono with Sumo Heavy. Okay, and I think Brittany's going to tell us about today's sponsor.
So we'd like to take a moment to tell you about our sponsor, SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. Stop wasting time waiting in line at the post office to send mail and packages. Avoid all that confusion trying to find the best postal rates for your business. With SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes, you can send packages and mail without leaving your office right from your desk for as low as $4.99 a month. You'll save time and money no matter what you send, from letters to packages to overnights. So they offer a ton of cool features, like starting at only $4.99 a month, you can print shipping labels and stamps right from your own printer, easily compare rates using the online software, gain access to special USPS savings for letters and priority mail shipping, plus track all of your shipments and get email notifications when they have arrived. And for being an e-commerce minute listener, you'll receive a free 30-day trial to get started. As an added bonus, you'll also receive a free 10-pound scale shipped right to your door to help you accurately weigh your packages. Go to pb.com/minute to access this special offer and get a free 30-day trial plus a free 10-pound scale to get started. That's pb.com/minute. Experience the better way to ship with a free trial of SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes.
She gets 2 bells, Bart. You never got 2 bells.
Yeah. I
Bart
also
always
read it
got
up.
like a ding or a. She gets 2 bells. She's going to read your sponsor reads from now on.
Oh,
Yes.
cool. This is my calling.
Bart, that was just Bart giving a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
All right, guys. So that was our 500th episode. We hope you stick around for 500 more. And let's hope that my clever little intro that I painstakingly designed in the front does not get a copyright strike because of me using little song snippets, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. You guys got anything to close with?
Yeah, we're just blaming it on Brittany.
We'll
That's
just
true.
blame it on the new girl.
I'll take the blame.
All right. Guys, got anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. That's it. Episode 500. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow.
That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media @SumoHeavy.